Okay, so let's continue. Question number 7. This is a continuation to AWS. AWS. Okay, so question number 7. Question number 7. A company requires 2 latency access to an Amazon RDS database from a different region to run some reports on a regular basis. Low latency access to an Amazon RDS. 2, why 2? No, not 2. Low latency. A company requires low latency access to an Amazon RDS database. So, Amazon RDS database. So, a company requires low latency access. Low latency, meaning fast. From a different region to run some reports on a regular basis. So region 1, so maybe US region, and this is the Europe, EU region. So region UK, Europe, France, Spain, Mediterranean, Italy, yeah. And then this one here is the US, Florida. So low latency access. Okay, so company requires low latency access to an Amazon RDS from a different region. So maybe the database is in EU and it's being accessed from the US. Okay. The solution must be cost effective. What's the best way to provide this access without impacting the performance of the main database? Create a copy of the database from a DB snapshot. Use a cross-region multi-AZ database. Use a cross-region read replica. Use an Amazon Elasticsearch cluster in the region where the reporting will take place that uses the main database. Yeah, I think 3. Is there a cross-region read replica? I'm not sure. So cross-region, maybe cross-region read replica is the database here. So this is just a guess. We'll learn through guessing. So here, database, we will make a replica here, and then you can just read your database from here, from the replica in the US. So I'm not sure if it's possible, but let's check our answer later. Okay, so question number 7. Question number 8. Question number 8. What is the most efficient way to search for an attribute associated with a list of primary keys? Primary keys. Scan or query? I think scan. Okay, question number 8. Question number 8 is scan. Question number 9. An Amazon DynamoDB table is very read heavy and latency is suboptimal. How can the latency be reduced without impacting the database ability to respond quickly to all queries? In a larger DynamoDB instance type, use exponential back off. Add a DynamoDB accelerator. Maybe add a DynamoDB accelerator. I don't know. Question number 10. An Amazon Yeah, okay, so an Amazon DynamoDB table will record the results of an online game. The primary key strategy should allow the user ID values to be stored together. Huh? An Amazon DynamoDB table will reduce the results of an online game. The primary key strategy should allow the user ID values to be stored together and then be sorted by timestamp. Which strategy should be used? Use a composite key with the user ID as the partition key and the time value. Set the partition key to the username as the timestamp as we use the composite key with the timestamp as the partition key and the user short key. 1. So the user ID is the partition key, and then the timestamp is the sort key. Question number 11. A developer needs to perform queries on an Amazon DynamoDB using non-key attributes. How can this be achieved? Secondary index, yeah, I don't know. Maybe local secondary index. Local secondary index. Perform query on an Amazon DynamoDB using non-key attribute. Yeah, I don't know. I've read this, but I didn't understand. Which feature of the Amazon DynamoDB enables reading and writing of multiple items across multiple tables as an all or nothing transaction? Maybe 3 DynamoDB transactions, all or nothing. Is it all or nothing? Yeah, maybe all or nothing. Yeah. Okay, so let's check our answers. Question number 7. A company requires low latency access to an Amazon RDS database from a different region to run some reports on a regular basis. The solution must be cost effective. What's the best way to provide this access without impacting the performance of the main database? Yeah, the answer is correct. My answer is correct. 3. Use a cross-region read replica. Alright. Question number 8. What is the most efficient way to search for an attribute associated with the list of primary keys? Answer is 2. It's query. So my answer is wrong. Query. Okay, so let's read about query and scan again. This is in DynamoDB, right? What's the most efficient to search for an attribute associated with it? So, yeah, I don't know. So number 1, a scan operation returns every item in the table. This is inefficient and expensive. The query operation finds items in your database based on the primary key attribute and a distinct value to search for. This is more efficient than a scan, as a scan reads every item in the table. Scan, yeah. I'm not sure based on the based on primary key. Yeah. Okay, so number 9. An Amazon DynamoDB table is very read heavy and latency is suboptimal. How can the latency be reduced without impacting the application's ability to respond quickly to all queries? Yeah, answer is number 1. Add a DynamoDB accelerator. Right. Number 10. An Amazon DynamoDB table will record the results of an online game. The primary key strategy should allow the user ID values to be stored together and then be sorted by a timestamp. So answer is 1, which is, again, I'm correct. Use a composite key with the username as the partition key and the timestamp as the sort key. Explanation. This already achieved the stated requirement. All items with the same partition key are stored together and then sorted according to the sort key value. So question number 11. A developer needs to perform queries on an Amazon DynamoDB using non-key attributes. How can this be achieved? Answer is 2. Okay, my answer is wrong. So yeah, a local search secondary index and global secondary index. Local provide an alternative range for key for your table, local to the hash key. However, it has the same partition key as the original table, such as just a different sort key. Okay, a global secondary index is used to speed up queries on non-key attributes. So for non-key attribute, it uses a different partition key as well as a different sort key. Okay, for non-key attributes, so it needs to perform queries on using non-key attributes. So if it's non-key attributes, you should use the global secondary index. Okay, so question number 12. Which feature of Amazon DynamoDB enables reading and writing of multiple items across multiple tables as an all or nothing operation? Answer is DynamoDB transactions, which is again incorrect. It's correct. It's DynamoDB transaction enables reading and writing of multiple items across multiple tables as an all or nothing operation if checks for a prerequisite conditions before writing to and the table. Alright, so again, we got 4 out of 6. So the total is 12. 8 out of 12. I got 8 out of 12 because the previous 6 questions I got 4, so plus 4 here it's 8, and we got a total of 1, and we didn't pass. All right, so yeah, I'll have more study thing for the day, so stay tuned, guys.